Oh my gosh, yes. She was talking about never getting to meet the characters, some of the other voice actors. Because as you may or may not know, we don't record at the same time. You know that, right? It's impossible. When you're trying to match mouth movements of animation that already exists, to get 5 people in a room, or even 2 people in a room, and think that they could both nail the syntax and the rhythm and the performance perfectly at the same time is highly unlikely. So everybody records together, which adds another element of challenge, right? Because you have to, now you've got to sound like you're talking to somebody when you're not really talking to somebody. Or you have to sound, like Ed's got to sound like he's talking to Al, even though Al recorded 2 weeks ago. And you have to make it feel like there's a dialogue there. So it's not easy. But there are people to this day that I've done shows with that I've never, to this day, you know who I've never met? The girl who voiced Trisha Elric, Ed's mom. I've never met her in person. I'd love to. Our best chance to meet each other is when we do conventions, actually. Or when, like, if I'm coming into the studio while somebody else is coming out. I'll tell you a funny, quick little story about Al, too, about Aaron Disney, who voiced Alphonse in the original Full Metal. I was doing a recording, and I had done several episodes, and so I knew his voice, right? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this little kid. I don't even know who he is, but I love him. He's my brother, right? And I didn't have a brother. I don't have any brothers or sisters, but I thought, oh, I'd love to have a little brother. And so I really started developing kind of an affection for Aaron, just based on his voice, as I would hear his recordings. So one day I was at a convention in Dallas, which is where Full Metal was recorded, and Aaron, somebody told me Aaron and his mom, of course, because he was 11, were at this convention. As soon as I saw him, I like ran up to him and hugged him. I mean, his mother probably thought I was some sort of a child pervert, pedophile. Security! But you feel like you know them. You know what I mean? You feel like you know these people because you become so familiar with their voices. And you feel a connection with them even if you've never met them. So that's one of the interesting things about characters that you don't record with together, sometimes never even meeting them. Yes! Oh.